penalty area now, Ollie Watkins. There's the cut back for Mings, and Mings gets the shot away and scores. Whipped in near post and put home this time, but isn't. Up steps Jorginho. Yates goes for goal. Pickford makes the save, and it's tucked away by concentration there. United are in with Anthony here, and Anthony scored. Gives the ball away. It's played on to Ronaldo inside the penalty area. Ronaldo. There's Joe Linton. Almiron scores from distance.
And Fellaini's got a little bit of space here to turn for Peter.
Hello guys and welcome back to Haymanager with me, Alex, and today we have the FM23 Beta save, which I've been waiting for. I've been waiting in the background to get FM23 back out because FM22, I tried to start the series with Burnley. It picked up quite a bit on YouTube, but wasn't my finest work. I wasn't really into the save. I was very busy in the background. Had no motivation with it coming to the end of the FM cycle with this new game coming out. I saw the new sort of additions to the game, the new bit features and whatnot. I thought this is going to be a really good time to try and get into a save, so I thought I'd stick back, just leave FM22 where it had been, so that series you might have seen is just going to end very, very, very abruptly. But today the main focus is Everton. The Everton save, the revival of Everton after recent years. It's all been going a bit wrong with the likes of Calvert-Lewin getting injured, Frank Lampard coming in, Ancelotti coming in, going so quickly, mass amounts of money being spent on players that just don't feature anymore. You look at Allen, you look at Decore. Oh, James Rodriguez is a big one that he also brought in. He's a massive, massive failure at Everton. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting save to do. So we'll transfer over, we'll have a look, and I'll just a brief introduction to the save that we're going to be doing here today for the beta of FM. So we've appointed Alex Hayman as in the club's new manager, obviously Haymanager, coming in to sweep up and do the business. Eyebrows raised as the inexperienced 23-year-old is sure face plenty of questions when he faces the media the first time at Goodison Park. So, where are we predicted to finish? 16th is where we're predicted to finish this year. It's really gone downhill for Everton. Goodison Park, capacity of 40,000, but we're due to move to a new 53,000 capacity Bramley Moore Dock Stadium in 2024. So the reason I've chosen Everton mainly is we're rich. We've got quite a decent transfer budget. Well, I say it's a decent transfer budget. They are a rich club, so I won't be looking at trying to sign as many people at the start this year. It'll be more like a relegation battle type of save to start off with, which should be interesting. We've got superb training facilities, superb youth facilities, and excellent youth recruitment. So looking at bringing through youth, which is also another thing in FM that I really like. Fierce rivals are Liverpool, United fan. I absolutely hate Liverpool, so that would be brilliant for us. And also, getting into this new stadium in 2024, I think if I do a crossover of series this year, which I'm going to try and, my outlook is to try and get that done. You have Everton, this beta save, then we cross over into a new series. I'm hoping that we can try and get at least 3 to 4 years in to this save for a beta save, transferring it into the real game, and then towards Christmas time, switching over and having something new and fresh for the new year. So yeah, interesting look forward. Who have we got in the side? So we've got Calvert-Lewin, top striker. McNeil, Dwight McNeil's to be honest, he's a pretty good player, in all honesty. Anthony Gordon as well, really, really good. Onana they've brought in, who's been playing fantastic in real life with Decore. Jessica Gay, sorry, I'm not really quite sure on him of late. Michaelenko used to be very good on FM. Tarkovsky and Cody they've obviously brought in on loan. And then Patterson, who, in my opinion, looks very, very good right back in recent years, and then Pickford obviously in net. We've got a decent squad. Do I need to improve it? Yes, that is the real answer. It's going to be a bit of a push to try and get this squad get it into a position where it's going to be good enough to actually start dominating the league. It's a big push. It's a very big push. I'm going to start off with this 4-3-3 formation, which is going to be looking to play down the wings. I think with the modern day type of football, we've got to try and utilise our best players, and I think our best players, I don't know if you've seen, are probably the ones that are out on the wings. So the ability-wise, we've got Gay, we've got Decore, Dele Alli's gone out on loan, but to me, these big players that we're going to be using are actually not our best players. So Anthony Gordon, for example, who I think is one of the best players that we've got, better players that we've got, 21 years of age, I think he's going to be one of the key players for us. Going forward, really good on the ball, great crossing, decent enough player. I think he's going to be one that I'm going to try and develop. And then Dwight McNeil, what I remember of Dwight McNeil was that he was very, very good. It appears this year in FM he's been downgraded to somewhat of an average player, a leading championship player, if you like. So, yeah, we're going to have to see how we can cope with this team. So I'll build up the team here. We're going to, obviously, Calvert-Lewin is injured. We've got quite a lot of injuries. I'll just go through those really quick. So if you have a look here, Yerry Mina's injured, who's on a massive contract, I believe, 120k. A player that I might potentially try and offload at this point because he's not a fantastic defender, as you can see. He's all right, but he's not a brilliant. But yeah, Yerry Mina, how long is he out for? 3 to 5 months. I'll probably try and move him on after the injuries disappeared. Ben Godfrey out for 5 to 6 months. What type of injuries he got? Broken ankle. Him, in my opinion, he's going to be another mainstay for our side. Great physically, unbelievable mentals. For a 24-year-old, pretty good to be honest. And then marking, tackling and passing. He sort of fits the bill for a ball-playing centre-back. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, this is the main man. This is Everton through and through. You need to try and keep hold of this guy as best as you can. Injury, 3 to 4 months. Obviously come back in real life and played his first game today and scored. And then Andros Townsend, another player that I don't quite understand why we brought him in. He was in on a free, he scored a few goals last year, but I think I might try and move him on as well. He is expected back in 5 to 6 months. So we've got a lot of players in 5 to 6 months who are due to come back. But for the time being, we're going to have to try and do without them. Right, so if we build the side, we've got to go from the top. And looking at Ghana Gay, should I say, not Dharma, Ghana Gay, probably the better player for this CDM role. You've got to look at him. Ball-playing midfielder, defend, plays it very, 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 very well. So I'm going to stick him in there for now, just as that ball-winning midfielder. Decore, I've not really seen this man play before, but he looks an absolutely amazing box-to-box midfielder. So I'll probably stick with him in that box-to-box midfielder role. And then, as well as that, you've got to try and get in there a bit of creativity. Now, Onana, I don't think really has that creativity, but he looks like an absolutely fantastic player for the future. So I might have him just sat on the bench for the time being. Very physical, great to bring on, just like to secure a bit of matches, get a bit more physicality in the side. I think he'll be good for that. But for me, it's going to have to be the man that came from Manchester United. It's James Garner. I think this man has the potential to be very, very, very good as a deep line playmaker in real life, both real life and actually on the game. I'm going to just change around how the skin looks. There we are, sorted that out. So as you can see here, this is the space skin. I think you'll probably see this readily available soon. To me, this is one of the better skins for the start of the game off. You can see all the players on the left hand side there with the contracts and everything. You have the age and all the different types of information you need there with the octagon, the reports. You've got the technical stuff, the positions, the coach summary, the biography. You can sort of personalize this to how you'd like as well, and then also you can have all your different bits and bobs here that you can see, training, player history, the lot. It looks very, very, very good. So anyway, for me, I think James Garner is going to be a very good player for us going forward. I think he's got potential to be a very, very high class sort of deep line playmaker, and to me, this man's going to take us to those upper echelons with the sort of deep line playmaker work he does. So, especially for this year, where we're looking to try and play a bit more defensive, I think these two, that cornerstone of those three there, more physical box-to-box midfielder, a creative deep line playmaker, and then a ball-winning midfielder to cover in front of the two centre-backs, is going to do us very well. Jordan Pickford obviously goes into the side, Tarkowski goes into that left centre-back role, Connor Cody into that right centre-back role. Do we have, that's the question, do we have an optional fee? We do, with 7 million. 7 million is not too bad for Connor Cody. At the age of 29, I would definitely take him. And if he's going to be between 32 and 46 million, I think he's going to be probably one of the better players for us going forward. I've got to admit, that seems like a bit of a steal. So anyway, he's going to sit in that role, obviously. And then up front, who have we got as options? We've only got, I think, Neil Maupay and probably Rondon for the time being, with Calvert-Lewin being out. Neil Maupay, I'm going to have him playing as a pressing forward, just because I think he's probably going to suit that probably much better than anyone else. Like, if you have a look at where he can play, in his positional ability, pressing forward is the one to do it, because he's just got that physicality. He's got the sort of, I'd say thereabouts. He's got more or less the mentals that you want to be looking for in that type of role. And then he's not great in the air, like his jumping reaches are brilliant. He's not the tallest of players, but then actually pressing the ball, work rate's really high. I think he's gonna suit the side very well for where we're gonna be in terms of like relegation battle. On the wings, obviously we've got to try and think about who's gonna play on the wing. So do I play McNeil? I think I've got to play McNeil on the left hand side. I like Anthony Gordon on the left, but I think he might be better on the right hand side as sort of just a winger for now, maybe not in the inverted role. And then Damari Gray just doesn't fit into my side. He's not technical enough. He's not clever enough to play on those in the wings. So I'm just going to play two wingers, one inverted, and then the other one, obviously, Anthony Gordon on this side is going to be that support type of player that we need. Right then, so I think that's pretty much it. Apart from the wing backs. It would have been brilliant to have Luka Digne, but we've obviously got to use Michaelenko. We're going to have them in support roles. And then on the right-hand side, for the time being, Nathan Patterson, for me, has to be the man. He's got to be the man. To me, he's just too good and too big a prospect to not play in this full-back role. I think he's very, very good going forward. I like the look of him. I might actually have both of them on full-back attack because I want to try and get my wingers forward. Same with Michaelenko, 23 years of age. Promising team. It's a promising team that I'm going to try and go for. So, in terms of on the bench, we'll have Begovic as a backup, Michael Keane potentially as a centre-back backup, Iwobi as maybe like that winger/midfielder backup. We've got Tom Davies to come back from injury. Not the best technically, like in all honesty, but looks very good to just fit a role where you can just bring him on in maybe a CDM role or something like that. Damari Gray, maybe the backup as a striker for the time being, and then Mason Holgate as maybe a wing-back alternative. You got Seamus Coleman. I think he's just getting on a bit now. He's not the best physically, he's not the best technically, and mentally he's very good, but there's no real point in trying to retrain him into any sort of position. He just doesn't. He's just not going to be here for much longer. He's going to retire soon, and that I pretty much think is going to be it. Dele Alli, 35 to 39 million for Dele Alli. He looks like he's actually a very good player, in all honesty. If you've got him in like the shadow striker role, he looks very, very good, but we'll have to see what happens with him. Has he got an optional fee with Besiktas? He does, 6 million. That's it. And valued at 35 to 39. Obviously, historically, he's not been very good ever since he sort of fell out of touch in this Tottenham side in 2020. Not brilliant, but yeah, that's interesting. And then other than that, Gabamin, another player, 26 years of age. Looks like a solid CDM, but nothing screaming out to me. But yeah, this is what I'm probably going to start with for this save. In terms of scouting, we'll skip this playthrough. Signing scouts, I'll let the backroom staff do. Handling meetings is myself. We have 2 million to spend. I'm probably going to go through the side and see who I can sell on. That'll probably be the best course of action for us. You've got Michael Keane, for example, who I just can't see getting many minutes for us, 29 years of age. We've got Connor Cody in. It'd be good just to try and release him for now. Same with Rondon. I just don't see the point of having Rondon. He's never going to start with us at all. Other than that, I want to try and get rid of Townsend and Yerry Mina, and then we can go from there. So yeah, we'll have to see how we can do. If we can try and get a few players coming in maybe on a loan, see what type of players we can bring in for 2 million, it'll be interesting to see. And yeah, I will catch you in the next episode where hopefully, in terms of schedule, I'll have gone through the whole of the friendlies, and then we're going to start the season off against Fulham and Manchester United. We're going to do 2 games per episode, I've decided, just to try and get things flowing, try and get the juices going. And yeah, I'll bring you maybe a transfer episode next time. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, for now, that's the squad. This is the setup. We're going to try and fight the relegation battle, and it should be an amazing few weeks for us. So yeah, I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and let me know if there's any good little wonder kids out there, good little players that can go straight into the side for around about 2 million. Let me know if you found anyone for me, because I'm definitely going to need it with this Everton side. They are not in a great place. So 16th, that's what we're aiming for. Avoid the relegation zone, and yeah, brilliant time. So I'll catch you in the next episode. From me, Alex. Have a great day. Ciao.